Hey there, I'm meteorologist Ryan Shoptaw with a tropical update. It is Wednesday, September 14th, 2022. There's only one tropical system out there, and right now, as of the time of this video, it is labeled Tropical Depression 7 or TD7. However, depending on when you watch this in the next couple hours or the next couple days, this may be named Tropical Storm Fionna. Right now, the forecast does call for that as it moves into the Caribbean Sea later on this weekend. So here it is, the Atlantic Ocean, quiet, bone dry. The Caribbean Sea, same thing. The Gulf of Mexico, same thing. But there is Tropical Depression 7 out there right now in the open Atlantic. And as previously mentioned, if it were to strengthen, next name on the list is Fionna. We did have Hurricane Earl in the Atlantic Ocean last week, strengthened into a Category 2, did not reach Category 3 status. So far this season, we have not seen a major hurricane. We have seen Danielle and Earl as hurricanes, but they have not strengthened into a Cat 3 or stronger. Next names on the list are Fionna, Gaston, and then wrapping up with Walter if we need those additional names. Now here is Tropical Depression 7. Looks pretty good on visible satellite. A lot of moisture associated with the system on that eastern side as the satellite feed picks back up again. Winds are at 35 miles an hour, moving west at 14. It's a quick moving storm. However, what's really inhibiting its strength right now is dry air and also wind shear on the northern side of the storm. And you'll notice as of these last frames right here, a lot of thunderstorms right here, but not so much activity on the western side of this system. Regardless, looks pretty good on both visible and infrared. Now, when you're looking at infrared, these very vibrant colors, these reds and these purples and these white colors on infrared is indicating cold cloud tops aloft. Basically, the thunderstorm heights are reaching 30, 40, 50,000 feet in the air, and the higher it is in the atmosphere, the colder the temperature is of the cloud top, the more intense the thunderstorm. And you'll see again, the western side of this system, not too impressive. A lot of the activity and convection is on the eastern and northeastern side of Tropical Depression 7. Take a look at the forecast. It moves due west through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, moving through the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico by the back half of the weekend, where the forecast does call for a tropical storm in strength. Right now it's a tropical depression, but it looks like it will strengthen. It will take advantage of a more favorable environment, warm waters in the Caribbean Sea, and should intensify slightly. It's not expected to be a full-blown hurricane, but as it moves into the northeastern Caribbean Sea, enter a better environment. That's one way to look at it. Now, here are the steering currents in the atmosphere. A ridge of high pressure, the Bermuda High, sets up this time of year, and in the open Atlantic, it should steer it into the Caribbean Sea. But beyond that, by next Monday, next Tuesday, and next Wednesday, some forecast guidance and some models take it back into the Atlantic. It curves back near Bermuda, but some guidance and a lot of the dynamic models take it beyond Cuba and potentially into the Gulf of Mexico. Again, take this with a grain of salt. Some of these forecast models take it farther south, farther north, and some take it near Florida by 10 days out. So we just have to watch this system and how it emerges into the Caribbean. And speaking of, look how warm the Caribbean Sea is. A big factor in tropical storm and hurricane intensification is the amount of ocean water heat that's at the surface and about 30 meters down in the ocean. And ocean heat potential is indicating that, and you can see around Cuba, these pink shades are indicating temperature depths of 30 meters down up to about 80 to 90 degrees in temperature, which is sufficient enough to really help intensify and strengthen a tropical system if it were to enter in that environment. Now, one thing that's going to really inhibit strength is land interaction. First and foremost, tropical storms and hurricanes do not like land. They need water to survive, to strengthen, to thrive. But when you introduce land, you take away the water. And not to mention the mountains of the Dominican Republic and Hispaniola are pretty high in elevation. And when you do that, mountains and higher terrain can tear apart storms. Tropical storms need warm water to keep strength. And when you introduce mountainous terrain, it brings in cooler air. It brings a difference in air pressure, and it typically breaks apart the circulation. That's the factor in what land interaction and more importantly, mountains introduce to tropical systems. Now look at this. We are in this point in the season. The hurricane season begins on June 1st. It peaks on September 10th and it wraps up on November 30th and we are right about here. The peak of the season was just a few days ago on September 10th, and now we're going down the roller coaster, but pretty much between mid-August and the end of September is the busiest time of the season. If you have any questions, let me know on social media. Meteorologist Ryan Shoptaw, same thing for Twitter, Instagram, and Ken's 5 for any